The following Hazbin Hotel fan radio show is intended for mature audiences only. Children and uncool adults should stay far away. That means you, Susan. Bolt the doors, lock your windows. Huddle close to the radio, dear friends. Closer. Closer. Can you feel it? Flowing through you like a crossbow bolt to the spleen. Hitting you just as hard as the aforementioned crossbow bolt. Oh, you know, don't you? Deep in the blackest pit of your soul, you know that it's finally time. Time to join me on this hellish evening. Before this, you were just listening to a little recording entitled Outside Mammon's Bedroom at 2 a.m. And if he doesn't want me to play the rest, he knows exactly where to send the check. Oh, it would pain me to have to pull the finale from tonight's lineup. Really, it would. But when faced with a dry cleaning bill such as the one your humble host has managed to accrue, well, you know how it is. Oh, look, and there's the check now. Oh, Mammon, you old softy, I knew you were tuning in tonight. Thanks greatly for the payment. And just between us friends, you might want to get that you-know-what that's currently growing you-know-where checked out before it makes it rather impossible to nudge-nudge, wink-wink with you-know-who. Just a suggestion. My friends, you might be shocked, dare I say, completely gobsmacked to learn that at times we receive a complaint about my programming. A young lady right here in Demonopolis wrote in to metaphorically rake me over the coals for not including a weekly horoscope segment in my broadcast. The stars guide us, even when we cannot see them down here in hell, she says. Well, I was suitably chastened, and sought to rectify this most heinous error immediately. A certain young lady can also look forward to a personal visit from yours truly in the near future, where she will be raked over the coals, literally. And now your horoscope for the week. Aries, this is a good week for you to begin a new business venture. No, not that one. The one you said that you could do it better, and there would be blackjack and hookers? Yes, that's the one. Go for it, Aries. What do you have to lose? Probably quite a bit. Taurus, I feel that you should proceed through this week with extreme caution. In fact, you should just stop existing for this week. Go back to bed, curl into a ball, and imagine yourself as one with the void. I'll let you know when the coast is clear, if I remember. Gemini, look, we both know what you're going to do. It doesn't matter what I say, you're going to do it anyway. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Don't expect me to be here for you when you're done, you sick, sick freak. Your lucky number is 24. Cancer, the stars align for you this week. They're not supposed to do that. Stop making them do that. It's not natural. You're making the scientists up on Earth nervous, and the last thing we need is a bunch of more scientists down here trying to explain everything. So quit it. Leo? Run. Virgo, it's your unlucky day. Expect to fail miserably at all tasks you undertake, and for everyone around you to hate your worthless guts. Just remember, if you have no choice but to fail, why not fail spectacularly? It's more fun for the rest of us. Libra, there's nothing. Literally nothing. Just an empty, meaningless, featureless void. I have never seen, or rather, not seen anything quite like this in all my years. Just what are you? Scorpio? My dude, You're cool. Man, you're the brood king of the yeets. Gibbity. Swag that ass round town. Yes, queen. What just happened? I blacked out for a minute there. Did I say something? Sagittarius, you lucky ducks. You are going to be my mortal enemies for this week. Congratulations on this most auspicious occasion. Spend this week focusing on your interpersonal relationships. And oh yes, prepare to die. Capricorn, you don't exist. You never did. You're just a myth, just like the hidden prize inside every appendix. I've searched for you long enough, and I just have to accept that you aren't real. Some dreams just aren't meant to come true. Aquarius, I'm about to say some very specific words. Ahem. Catnip, blueberry, luscious sauna, bird, Lucifer, bird, feature presentation, bird, evisceration, bird. For those of you that know the code, you know what to do. I expect results, Aquarius. Pisces, don't eat the steak tomorrow. That's it. What, you expected all of these to be exciting? I'm a busy fellow, dearies, and you're possibly going to eat a steak tomorrow. It's not even that bad, honestly. You'd just be mildly disappointed. I feel bad, I really do. I mean, I could tell you how you'll die, but even that's a bit of a snoozer. Your lucky color is drab gray, and your lucky numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bloody pathetic. Pisces, if I were you, I'd have a midlife crisis and go mad. Best of luck, you utterly boring wastes of my time. I'd like to take the time to thank this week's sponsor. This fellow, who I have known on a deeply personal level since time immemorial, has generously sponsored many an episode of my show. It's that magnanimous spirit, that commitment to the very spirit of radio, that I admire oh so much about him. He's a rather handsome devil, an overlord who's really going places in my esteemed estimation. In fact, I do believe he is the only person in this wretched place that could even come close to holding a candle to myself. So, thank you to our kind and gentle sponsor, Alastor, from the bottom of my heart to the tips of my horns. You're always welcome in the radio tower. It's a beautiful evening in downtown hell, listeners, and I'm feeling in a generous mood with my opinions tonight. Let's open up the phone lines for another installment of What the Hell Do I Do Now? If you crave sage advice from the radio demon, call in now. Hello, you're on the air with the radio demon. Spill your guts or I'll spill yours.
Yeah, hey there, radio guy. I got this problem with the old ball and chain, you know what I mean?
No, sir, I'm afraid I don't. And I'm also afraid that you're about to tell me.
There's this other broad, you see. She's got an ass like this, and a tits like whoa. But I'm all like married like, you know?
And you, sir, are worried about infidelity? Need I remind you that you are, in fact, in hell? Pretty much everyone down here is a scumbag like yourself. Offense very definitely meant.
What? Hell, man, I'm worried about the queen bitch catching me and putting me on the street. She's loaded, man. She's like a freaking cash-baked potato. Why'd you think I married her in the first place? One whip of me fooling around with some other skank in a shit city for me.
What a very charming way with words you have, good sir. And tell me just what exactly do you require my help with?
Well, I still gotta get my rocks off, you know what I mean? I gotta bump the uglies. I gotta get the sausage between the buns. I gotta juice it loose. I gotta defenestrate the old whipped cream container, you get me?
Yes, I believe...
I wanna have sex.
Yes, I understand. I mean, please please continue with your question, my friend?
Yeah, you get me. So, you got any ideas on how to hide all this from the old hag? Or, better yet, can you figure out the combination of the safe where she keeps all the good shit? Then I can just off that motherfucker and solve all my problems at once.
Contrary to my own popular belief, I do indeed have the permanent solution to all of your problems, good sir. Please just hold on 1 minute. Just stay right there, and I will be with you shortly.
What the? My dick! My most of me!
That's much better. Sir? Sir? How very odd. The line just went dead. What a pity. He must have had somewhere else he needed to be. Let's try another caller.
Hi there. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
First-time caller, you say? But your voice sounds so familiar.
I'm sure you can tell by my voice that I have a luxurious mustache, and am therefore someone that you've never talked to before. Ever.
Fair enough. Tell me your question, oh mustachioed caller.
Well, it's kind of embarrassing, really, but I fucked up and sold my soul to a real jerk. I mean, this guy is a total pain in my ass. You wouldn't believe how shitty he is.
Oh, I'm sure I wouldn't. Let me guess. You're wondering if there's any way to break a contract over one's soul.
Yeah, that's it exactly. I figured someone as powerful as you would know the loophole, if there even is one.
Isn't that just the most intoxicating thought? Breaking the chains that bind you.
Oh yeah, buddy. You're speaking my language.
Feeling the breeze on your wings as a free man once more.
Oh, yeah. Feels good.
Telling that mean old radio demon who owns you just what you think of him once and for all.
Oh, I can't wait to tell him oh shit!
Oh, my dear sweet Husker. Did you really think this ruse had even the slightest chance of working? Really, my good man, I expected better of you.
Damn it all, I thought I had you this time.
You didn't have me. And guess what? You never will. Now, as a fitting punishment for your insolence, how about I make you clean my entire room?
If I have to.
With your tongue, and once you've licked every last inch, you can go over it with an actual cleaner, because your tongue is gross and I don't want to sleep on the bed that you licked.
But your room is huge. Does it even have an end?
Well, it looks like you're going to have the perfect chance to find out, my friend. So as I used to say back in the bayou, see you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Be gone, you insolent worm!
Oh, shit!
That was rather refreshing. Looks like we have time for just one more caller, and I know the perfect one. You're on the air, miss.
Wait, how did you know I was a woman? I haven't even said anything yet.
Oh, well, call it a wild hunch. What is your issue, mademoiselle?
Well, Mr. Radio Demon, sir, I just returned home from a long day's work and found my front door was gone.
Gone? How shocking. Please do continue.
Actually, it rather seemed like it'd been torn completely to shreds. I feared it was burglars, of course, so I rushed inside, quick as field dressing an infant.
My, how brave of you. And what did you find inside the house? Oh, this is so exciting.
The first place I investigated was my safe. Thank Satan it was as untouched as Aunt Sally's appendix casserole. My fat, lazy, good-for-nothing husband was nowhere to be found, of course.
Of course. Men like that are such a stain on society, aren't they?
Ain't that the truth? And speaking of stains, that's exactly what I was calling about. It appears a large bloodstain was mysteriously left on my carpet. and I was wondering what the best solution is to get that stain out. It's my favorite rug, after all.
My good woman, if you look to the coffee table on your right, you should see a complimentary bottle of my Clean Demon brand Blood Be Gone Cleaner. It should be there on top of the stack of your departed husband's salacious magazines. Liberally apply the spray to your carpet, and that stain will trouble you no further.
Which one, sweetie? The blood or my husband?
That'll be our little secret, dearie. Enjoy the single life, and I'll see you at the cafe tomorrow.
I'll have the usual ready for you, Mr. Alastor. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.
No. Thank you. And toodaloo. To round off our show for the week, we have yet another suggestion. This time from Hell's favorite daughter, our own Charlie Morningstar. Full disclosure, Lucifer said that if I didn't do what she wanted, that he was going to turn me into some sort of weird cat thing. And I really don't want to find out if he's just bluffing, so apparently I have to lead you all in some sort of meditative relaxation. Your guess is as good as mine. Let's just get this over with. First, let's put on a bit of introspective, calming music to set the proper mood. Ah, lovely. I would like all of you to close your eyes, if you still have any remaining. Begin to slow your breathing. If your breathing stops, congratulations! You're now the most relaxed you've ever been, or ever will be. For the rest of you, listen closely to me if you value what's left of your pathetic little lives. Allow me to take you on a journey of the mind. But not just of the mind, also of the heart. But not just of the heart, but also of the soul. Come with me and you will be in a state of pure relaxation. Hold on one moment. Charlie, I don't care what you say. I'm not recording the script. It's terrible, darling. Fine, well, just allow me to make a few little alterations here and there, then. A bit of improvisational improvement, if you will. Lovely. Thank you. I would like you to imagine for me, if you possess the capacity for extended periods of whimsy, that you are walking through a vast forest. It's beautifully breathtaking, or incredibly boring, depending on your opinion of trees. There's a lot of them, is what I'm trying to say. A veritable plethora of arborage. Other than trees, you can't see much. That's because it's misty. Did I mention that it's a misty forest? Lots of trees, lots of mist, you get the idea. This forest seems like a good place to lose yourself. Because you are lost, aren't you, my dears? Adrift in a sea of green. Walking this way and that. Which way is north? Which way is home? Which way is any way? Any way out of this mysterious landscape? You don't know, do you? Poor things. You poor things. But lo, what is that? Just at the edge of your rapidly fading sight. A deer. A deer! A veritable deer of impressive stature and crimson hue. I think that you should follow this fellow, don't you? It's not as if you have any better idea. You know, some creatures are born to lead. Some creatures are born to follow. And follow you shall. You follow your savior, this majestic deer, for what seems like a lifetime. Step after step after step. Step, step, step go your feet. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock. All your life before this moment is as misty as the atmosphere around you. All that matters now is following on, and on, and on. Deeper and deeper into the forest, my darlings. We are nearly there. The deer leads you into a clearing, where what should your weary eyes behold but a vast spread of your favorite foods? Not only that, but your favorite people in the world are waiting at the table to greet you and share a splendid meal and sparkling conversation. There also appear to be some ladies and gentlemen of the night prepared to satisfy any other needs you may have. But your favorite deer, this paragon, this savior of your very life, is currently blocking your path. Why would he do such a thing when you are so close to nirvana? And now, oh, wonder of wonders! The deer rears up, stands on 2 legs, and assumes a new form. His snazzy suit is as impeccable as his fur was, and he sports an enchanting smile that brings joy and peace to your weary heart. Also, at least half of you listening are deeply and unsettlingly aroused by the very sight of him. Far more than half of you, if I'm being honest. In any case, this dear fellow explains to you that he would love to let you into this garden of pleasure and delights unending. But there is a problem. You see, only those who are the most selfless and giving are allowed into paradise, and you are, quite sadly, lacking. But there is hope. Oh, yes, there is hope. Huzzah, huzzah, oh joy and rapture, your crimson friend has the answer that you seek. You see, if you simply pledge your life to him, that utterly selfless act will be more than enough to grant you entry into the party of all parties awaiting just tantalizingly out of your reach. It's such a small price to pay, isn't it? After all, he helped you out of the fog and the misery that you found yourself mired in so very recently. It's the least that you could do. Of course, anyone with a smile that large is absolutely trustworthy. You know what you must do, don't you? Breathe deeply now. So deeply. Deeper. Deeper. You can see the outstretched hand in front of you, can you not? Good. Good. Now reach out. Further. Further. And shake my hand. Grip it hard and shake it. Shake it like you mean it and be mine forever! And you may breathe out. I don't know about you, but I feel absolutely fantastic right now. And let's see, 56, 57, no, 58 of you joined me today. Well, a bit under my record, but we can always try again next week, can't we? So until then, my friends and all of my new possessions, remember this. An active imagination is a potent weapon in the right hands. Oh, quite potent indeed. Stay tuned, dearies.